We're gonna be safe and sound tonight.
What is this energy? What is this energy that feeds off of fear? What is this energy that feeds off of pain, of smallness, of your soul being captured in lower realms forever? It's exactly what you think it is. It's exactly what you think it is, and you don't even need me to tell you. But it feeds off of that, and some people feed on that. So when you're out in public, watch people. What do they feed off of? Beauty, expansion, life, laughter, prosperity. Or do they feed off of control, comparison, ego, dopamine spikes, numbness, path of least resistance? And this has been, I coach a lot of the most wealthy people. I go to them and I say, let's do something heroic. And it's often just too inconvenient. They're like the masses times 1,000 with a bit of a bigger stick. That's it. And so where do we find even our identity as freedom-loving people to say to ourselves, we got next? That psychology of ascension, of moral authority, of heroism, of a great destiny that we have in front of us. And what is it that has demoralized us out of this destiny? We need to think about this for a minute, right? At one point, we could say, we are free people. We have a great destiny. We are heroic. We got next. You know the biggest country in the world, in reality right now, that thinks we got next? The most authoritarian, dark, evil place in all of humankind. And I love the people there so much, but what they deal with is so sad, and what they tolerate is so disgusting. And even our elites here will not say a word. They will not say a word, because what do they care about? You know what they care about. And the same people that will go for any social cause here will not say one word for millions of people subjugated there. They don't care at all. Only what is the trendy cause of the day. If you're going to speak up for one group of people, we should speak up for all people. So, thank you. What makes life worth living? Or at least for the elites. We have more opportunities than ever, more stuff than ever. But what you're going to see is people just walking around. This is what life's going to look like now. Life's going to just look like this. You're going to have a bunch of people walking around like this. You say hi to them, they might not even want to say hi to you. Not even want to say hi to somebody on the street. You say hi to them, they think, what can I get from you? You say hi to them, they think, what do you want from me? You joke around with them, they think it's weird. And there's a campaign to actively make saying hi to each other on the street weird. Okay? Be aware of that. That's going to happen. You're going to see places where people are getting beat up and nobody even jumps in to stop it. You're going to see some of the most disgusting things done by the establishment and nobody cares. Because the attention spans have been ground down to zero. People have become demoralized and they think there's no hope, and why even put themselves in the crosshair to do anything better about what's going on when it's going to be a useless sacrifice. The world is lost. It's a sinking ship. So just enjoy that party and rearrange those deck chairs like Titanic, and it is what it is. And nobody sees different because we've been demoralized. Again, what does demoralization mean? How do we get demoralized? How do we get to this point? Us? Really? How do we get to this point? Why did this happen? How demoralized does somebody have to be rich elite and not to want to be heroic, not to want to break the establishment, to want to just run in this little bowling alley that they're told, even with all that? How demoralized does somebody have to be when you say, what do you want out of life? And they just say a little bit of spare time and a bit more cash. How demoralized do you have to be walking down the street and not even wanting to say hi to your fellow human beings? How demoralized do you have to be to sit there just getting home from work and plugging into some freaking boob tube? And where's this gonna go when they can jack something in your brain and you have dopamine all day? In a VR. What's that gonna look like? It's gonna look like the movie Idiocracy, okay? It's already a movie about it, you can watch it. So, okay, and are we going there? Yes. That's the default. That's where this ride is going. That's what we have to start doing. We got to start auditing. What does it mean to be human? What does humanity mean? What does it mean to be us? What is it that's worthwhile? Where do we fit into the equation? And how do we have the awakening of the soul? Because everybody's so scared of dying. And you're gonna die. But what people don't talk about is never achieving life. Who are you? What are you doing here? What is this place? And what are you beyond? So begin to ask yourself that question. What is life? What is worth living? What do I love to do? What is my growth? What is my next level? What is my mind capable of? What are those higher potentials? What are those potentials that I've seen glimpses of that I know are there? But what winds up happening is we get pulled in to these negative loops. It's a book called Reality Transurfing. It's a really out there book. But in that book, they talk about things like energetic pendulums. We get these energy forms, they just suck us in. You ever watch something on, like say it's like, whether it's politics or the media, and what it does, it sucks up your attention, your time, your focus, your energy. But what's weird about it is it later transmutes what you feed off of. And that's why you'll see people that sit there on some polarized side of the political equation. Another question. Have you ever seen somebody whose entire life, they've dedicated to the wrong cause? You ever see that? Yeah. You know, think of the Nazis as an example. They spend their life like, oh, we're doing awesome, right? They're not doing awesome, but they think they are. Now that is obvious. The Nazi, we can look back in retrospect in history, we can see that. But where is that point where you don't realize that maybe you're dedicated to the wrong thing? Maybe you're dedicated to the wrong cause. Maybe you're feeding the wrong energy. Maybe you're worshiping the wrong God. Maybe you are worshiping a golden calf, participating in idolatry, participating in just looking at validation and ego and simulation and numbness and path of least resistance and groupthink and being trendy, and this stuff sucks. Okay? It sucks. There's no lasting value in it. It's complete BS. It's going to come, it's going to go, and we'll all be equalized. And when we see where this is going, you will regret this with all of your heart and soul. Why did I waste my life? Why did I ignore that person on the street? Why didn't I care? Why didn't I do the right thing? Why did I waste my life? Why did I feed that system? This sick system. And you're going to have to ask yourself that. And as human beings, as we go further down that, and that gets normalized, and we get demoralized, that gets so normal that you don't feel that you have any other choice. How's this going to turn around? For me, you don't believe what you see.
You don't believe what you see.
You see what you believe.
You see what you believe.
I'll say that again. You don't believe what you see.
You don't believe what you see.
You see what you believe.
You see what you believe.
If you believe there's no opportunity, what are you able to see?
No opportunity.
Nothing! And then you go deeper in that paradigm, and you're stuck there. If you have a wolf, if a human being is a wolf, and then you try to domesticate a wolf, what does it turn into? A freaking chihuahua. So what are the two main ways you can destroy someone? You can domesticate them, dumb them down, turn it into identify as a victim. And even more so is identifying, and this is the last one, because the first one was subversion. The second one is the sub-dom relationship with the elites of the masses. The third one is that back in the day, they would use God as a way to demoralize people by telling them that they're going to burn in hell, by telling them that life is pointless happiness on this earth, that they're just got to wait till their reward later, tell them they have to go with the divine right of kings. And when that stopped working and people questioned that, then what they said was, nah, look, we were kidding about the God thing. There is no God. There's just this small cosmic accident. Your life is worthless. This is all pointless. So just let us do what we want. Let us just exploit and destroy and confuse and dumb down and vandalize God's creation and make this into a sick, disgusting world where people have no awakening and they're asleep and they're demoralized and they don't care and there's no point. Little me identification, little me life. You're not going to care. And if you don't realize that 1 minute of freedom is better than a lifetime of just bending over and taking it, then you're just going to bend over and take it. And they'll lie, and they'll lie, and they'll lie, and they'll lie. And you won't know who you are. You won't know how much power you have. You don't know where we're going. You don't see over the mountaintop. We have so much potential as a species. We built this. We built this. We have potential as a species. We have that ability to be free. Anybody who would seek to subjugate human free will is not of God. And we know that. But what do we realize when we think about it? We've got this. We've got next. We have the tools. We are the voice. There is a lot to look forward to. We do have potential. We do have resources. We do have higher abilities. We can tap in. We have that next level. We have that bright future. It's there, and it's within our grasp. It's right there. And our ancestors have sacrificed. They've moved out of the most harsh places, traveled, fought through animals and weather and volcanoes and just the most crazy, savage stuff. And that activates the genes and wakes us up. And that was the idea in the Bible of the crucifixion, is that in that suffering, in the crucifixion, there is that second birth, that death and reawakening, that rebirth, that awakening of the soul. And every single one of you can have that experience. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your race, color, or gender, or creed. None of that matters. Every one of us human beings are part of that same energy. We're all a family. We're all related. We're all beautiful. We all have potential. We all can hit that next level. I've seen it. I've studied it for 20 years. I've spent my life studying this. And I'm not perfect, but I'm coming through a really challenging reality just like all of you. And you know what? I want you to think about this. If you're sitting at home and you're in the zone and you're rising up and you're in your potential and then you turn on this disgusting news, what happens to your mood? What happens to your inspiration? And you get demoralized. And then other people are demoralized. You get around them, and then they demoralize you as well, and you lose that flow. But over time, as time goes on, we are at a fork in the road. We can either go further down this path that 2020 revealed, or we can make a choice and say, no, we're more than this. No, we're not afraid. No, we love each other. No, we don't hate each other. No, we can do better. No, there's that next level in God's plan. We can do better than this. We have more in us. We don't have to be demoralized. We have more to be proud of and happy about than we have to be pissed off about. We just let some of the wrong people get the steering wheel. That's okay. That can be changed. Imagine yourself sober with an absolute feeling of completion, completely present, in the flow, contributing, doing beautiful things, adding to that highest good, knowing that we got next. Say this with me. We got next. Say that with me. We got next. Say it with me. We got next. Say it with me. We got next. One last time for him. We got next. Okay? Say a psychology of ascension. Say that. A psychology of ascension. Say that again. A psychology of ascension. Just say the word ascension. 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 Okay? My catchphrase are a little more wordy than Tony Robbins. Okay, so, yes, right? I'm like, it's blah, 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 blah. Okay? Ascension. Say the word freedom. Freedom. Say it again. 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 Freedom. Stand up. Freedom. Stand up. Freedom. Stand up. Freedom. Say it again. 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 Freedom. Oh!
Set thy people free from our fears and sins. Release us. Let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the earth thou art, dear desire of every nation, joy of every longing heart. Born thy people to deliver, born a child and yet a king, born to reign in us forever, now thy gracious kingdom